is Jesse Berst, and your moderator. You're listening to a Smart Grid News webinar. We've been talking with Joel Webb of Oklahoma Gas and Electric. Joel, we've got some interesting questions here, and I invite Ed Rossi of IBM to chime in as well as we're going along. Petros and Daniel both ask, I'm going to give you several kind of interconnected questions. They both ask how the meter is connected to the network, what wireless technology you chose. Alex asked if you were able to make 100% connection with that wireless network or if you had to use a hybrid solution. And Charlie wanted to know whether you were using step 1.0 or 2.0. So questions about specifically how you connected meters to the network.
I'll take the last one first. We're focused right now on SEP 1.0, and that's what we're using right now. We're certainly looking forward to SEP 2.0 being fully approved and implemented over the next time frame. And we use Silver Spring Networks as our meter network provider. Of course, they have a mesh network that goes to the meter that has a NIC card in it. We use GE meters, by the way. And we've built out our own backhaul network that includes a number of different technologies to take the information from the access point and take it back to the head end. We're pretty pleased with the connectivity that we have right now. You know, as we continue to build out our meter base, we will continue to fine-tune the number of access points and relays, but we've been pretty pleased with the connectivity that we've obtained so far.
So Joel, the next batch of questions are around what customers seem to think about the data. Lynn wanted to know how many customers or what percentage were actually accessing the data. Joel asked a related question, how useful is it proving to be for customers getting this data? Are they finding real usefulness from it? And Steve asked if they wanted more detail and granularity. Are they asking you to help them figure out which appliances are using it? What's been the customer reaction?
During our studies, you know, we did a lot of follow-up with our customers during the study time. And what we found for the most part is that they really liked having access to the data. And once our customers saw what was going on with their energy usage, some of them changed their lifestyle in order to help maximize their savings. Of course, not everybody does that, but we found that a number of people did that. Others used it, again, to keep an eye on what's going on with their information. One of the biggest things that our customers have asked for is access to the data through other means other than just the website. And so we've got some ideas about how to do that. That's been the experience to date.
And Billy asked if you've had any customer pushback about health or privacy, as we've seen in some parts of the country.
We really haven't. We've tried to do as good a job as possible about educating our customers up front and explaining to them the benefits from a customer perspective. You know, it doesn't matter what this provides to OG&E from an operational perspective, and it does provide us a lot of benefits, but we've really tried to focus on the customer and the benefits to the customers, and we really haven't had any pushback to speak of as we've rolled out the smart meters.
Madhav asks if you could say a little more about why you dropped the in-home display.
The in-home display, you know, it costs money. It's hardware, right? So you have to purchase the device and put it there in the customer's home. And in our study, you know, like I said, we had a group that just had the PCT. We had a group that just had website. We had a group that just had PCTs. So we tried to vary the technology and vary the population of the groups to understand what worked best and what groups responded best to the different technologies. What we discovered was that there really wasn't any additional value that our customers received by having an IHD in their home over and above having access to the energy information website.
Bob and several others asked, what about your plans for commercial and industrial customers?
We already have some capabilities with our commercial and industrial customers, but we are doing some studies right now to determine exactly what additional services that we can provide for that customer base now that we have the majority of our residential population in place.
Thanks, Joel. Lots more questions, but I think we'll move along now. So, Joel, back to you.
Very good. We had existing technology in place that would require our customers to have multiple IDs and passwords as they would go to different websites to access the different services and applications that OG&E had available for our customers. So one of the things that we've done and are still working on is identity access management solution that will provide a single source of identity provisioning for our customers, integrating with our, our as I go IT a little bit here, our LDAP solution, so that our customers can have a single ID and single password that will provide authorization to them through all of the applications and solutions that they have been enabled for. It also provides the capability to do some more cybersecurity control, and that's one of the things that we're looking for from our IEM solution as well. We have a meter data management system in place. We put that in place right up front, and the MDM system receives all of our meter data directly from the head end, and we're actually using our enterprise service bus to move the data from the head end into our MDM system. And we use the MDM system in kind of the traditional method to validate, estimate, and of course they're really in any editing now, but validation and estimation of the meter reads. And the MDM system, once it completes its cycle of validating and estimating and ensuring that the data from the meter reads is correct, supplies that information to our customer billing application, which is SAP. It also provides the information to the Energy Information website so that customers can see that, and it goes from MDM into our data warehouse, and I'll talk more about our data warehouse in a couple of minutes. In addition to all of the smart meters that we're installing and using, we also have a distribution management system that we've installed here at OG&E. Of course, it's in place to manage all of our automated devices that are within the substations. I don't have time to go into a great deal of detail. You know, this would take another hour in and of itself to go into MDMS in any depth. But one of the interesting things that we've done with our distribution management system is to provide as-built updates from our GIS system. So we have those updates coming into our DMS system on a daily basis. And in addition to that, we also have an OMS system, an outage management system in place, and that same as-built information goes into our OMS system as well on a daily basis. The real-time as-operated updates, of course, come in from the remote sensors that are out in the field into our distribution management system. And as you can probably, well, you don't know, but we only have a portion of our grid instrumented at this time. We're taking a measured approach to moving forward with our DMS system. And so part of our grid is still operated manually, and that information goes into our OMS system, but we have our OMS system providing that information on the manual devices into our DMS system. So we now have two systems that are coordinated. Both our distribution management system and our outage management system both have the same as-built configuration and the as-operated configuration in it at the same time. We're using DMS, of course, for load flow calculations, short circuit calculations, volt-var control. I won't go as far to say optimization yet, but we certainly have that in our sights. But we're doing control right now to help us to reduce our generation requirements. And we also have a real-time simulation mode so that we can see what changes will look like in a simulated fashion. This just gives you a pictorial of all of the components that are involved in the distribution management system. This is really a future state diagram. We don't have everything instrumented yet, but it kind of gives you an idea of where we intend to go long term as it continues to make economic sense to do so. As I had indicated, we have a Manager of Managers project that we have completed, and we use IBM's Tivoli product in this. And we use this to monitor all of our network and system resources, including some of our operational resources. So the network includes all of our routers, switches, firewalls, wireless communications devices, including our smart meters. We monitor our data centers using Tivoli as well, NetCool, and that includes our servers, databases, and applications. And there's some other resources that we monitor as well. We monitor all of our door alarms. We have a number of microwave towers throughout the state. We monitor the lights on those towers. And we also have security events that are forwarded into Tivoli so that we can monitor those as well. It makes extensive use of our data warehouse to obtain its information. And of course, it's a key tool for our Integrated Operations Center that I'll describe a little bit later. We use Impact to do enrichment and correlation for all of the events that come into the system. And we're also doing ongoing data analysis so that we can fine-tune and add to our enrichment and correlation policies as we move forward. And we're in the process right now of integrating NetCool with our services management product that we're also implementing at the same time. So this gives you kind of an idea of all of the different network and system elements and operational elements that our Tivoli Manager of Managers keeps an eye out for us and watches over. We are implementing a services management solution as well that's ITIL based. It will include incident management, change management, configuration management, and requirement fulfillment. And we are tightly integrating our service management product with our Manager of Managers with NetCool. And all of that focused out of our Integrated Operations Center. And this includes the automation of many of the manual processes that we have in place today relative to getting people into the field to fix problems and issue work orders. We're using our Enterprise Service Bus as the integration tool between NetCool and our service management product. And right now, we're in the process of implementing the incident management tickets, and we'll have both manual and automated capabilities to fire off tickets right out of NetCool. Our information factory is another key element of what we're doing here at OG&E. It provides a basic warehouse for us. It contains everything that's important to OG&E from a customer perspective and from an operational perspective within our retail energy activities. We use it to supply information for outsourced analytics that we have done. We also do our own analytics here within OG&E, and of course we use it for that as well, both from a customer segmentation perspective and from an operational perspective, analyzing events and meter information. So again, one of the key facets of our information factory is that we have a utility-based schema that is in place. So we have one schema for all of the data that comes into our warehouse facility that has proved to be most useful in understanding what the data is, what it's related to, and that's just solved many, many problems for us. This gives you a little pictorial of our information factory. It's got many different parts to it. We have a sandbox for doing experiments and research with. We have transactional data in there. We also have warehouse data in there. And as I said, the meter data is stored and processed out of our information factory as well. And everybody's really focused on big data and what all of these interval reads will do to us. Well, we certainly had that in mind, and we're using the compression capabilities of our information factory to help us to manage the big data today.
Well, thank you, Joel.